Drawing up a 10 best movies list every year is one thing, but looking back on a whole decade demands a different lens. Here are the movies I found myself thinking about long after seeing them. Sofia Coppola's 2010 film, Somewhere, traces the strands of a strained but affectionate relationship between a father, Stephen Dorff's Johnny Marco, a self-absorbed actor, and his preteen daughter, Elle Fanning's Cleo, a self-possessed woman in the making. Like all of Coppola's movies, Somewhere is beautifully observed, and there are long stretches where it may seem nothing is happening. But in life, it's so often the spaces that count. Why can't it be the same in movies? Werner Herzog, what a weirdo, but he's our weirdo. In this gorgeous, searching documentary from 2010, he brings his cameras into France's Chauvet Cave, examining Paleolithic drawings of trotting rhinos and horses running wild and free. His movie binds us with a long and winding thread of humanity. Lars von Trier is a controversial director, but Melancholia from 2011 may be his most inviting film. Two sisters, Justine, Kirsten Dunst, a new but inexplicably unhappy bride, and Claire, Charlotte Gainsbourg, a wife and mother who seemingly has it all together, face the end of the world. If it's true that misery loves company, this must be von Trier's way of reaching out, of telling us it will all be okay. Maybe. In Richard Linklater's 1995 Before Sunrise, we met two young people, Julie Delpy's Celine and Ethan Hawke's Jesse, who, after meeting on a train to Prague, embark on a romance that was supposed to last just one night. Before Midnight, from 2013, revisit Celine and Jesse nearly 20 years later. They're now in a committed partnership with kids, and stress is taking its toll, particularly on Celine. Few movies capture so beautifully, and with a few laughs no less, what happens when communication between two people who love each other becomes dangerously fractured. The 2014 Phoenix, by the German director Christian Petzold, is a near-perfect romance and thriller that explores the vast possibilities of traditional melodrama while also finding new riches. The extraordinary German actress Nina Haas plays Nellie, a woman who has survived Auschwitz but whose face has been disfigured. A plastic surgeon reconstructs it, but she can never be who she was before. Phoenix is a mystery with a warning built in. People aren't always what we want them to be. It's also an entreaty to trust what our eyes tell us, even when it's not what our heart wants to hear. The 2014 John Wick, directed by two veteran stuntmen, Chad Stahelski and David Leitch, begins with a horrific puppy murder and ends with a kind of benediction. In between, its star, Keanu Reeves, moves through a revenge plot that involves smoking a whole bunch of Russian baddies, and oh, how he moves. Action films done right are one of the great pleasures of moviegoing, and John Wick, violent, sick as hell, and often terrifically funny, has it all. Ava DuVernay's passionate and meticulously detailed historical drama Selma has only become more relevant and more urgent in the years since its 2014 release. Selma tells the story of the three 1965 marches from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama, led by Martin Luther King, played by David Oyelowo, as a protest against restrictions preventing African Americans from registering to vote. Nothing about Selma is graphic, but you feel the weight of every act. It's a film for then, for now, for tomorrow. Barry Jenkins' 2016 Moonlight is a coming-of-age movie, a love story, and an exploration of the ways humans protect themselves. The story follows one character from boyhood to adulthood. Moonlight leaves you feeling both stripped bare and restored, slightly better prepared to step out and face the world of people around you and all the confounding challenges they present. There's not much more you can ask from a movie. Director James Gray is an old-style craftsman. He's unafraid of intense emotions, written out in a filmmaking language that's bold yet fine-grained. In The Lost City of Z from 2017, adapted from David Grann's 2009 book, Charlie Hunnam stars as real-life British explorer Percy Fawcett, who, in 1925, disappeared in the Amazonian jungle while seeking a long-lost civilization. This is itself a message in a bottle, a missive from a lost city of movies. Alfonso Cuarón's extraordinary film as remembrance, Roma, from 2018, is drawn from the director's own upper-middle-class upbringing in Mexico City in the 1970s. But it's hardly about him at all. His focus is on the women who raised him, particularly a household servant named Cleo, played beautifully by first-time actor Yalitza Aparicio. Glorious and tender, it's a movie that invites us into a specific world of memory. And although these memories belong to someone else, by the end of the film, they somehow belong to us too.